My name is Sarah. I am an 18-year-old girl, and this happened to me last summer in the middle of August. I was walking home after going over to one of my friend's house to hang out and do typical things a normal girl would do for a few hours. Like gossiping about a handsome guy, eating out, watching movies. You get the idea. Now, I knew I could have just drove, but it was only a 15-minute walk, so I decided to do the latter just so I could enjoy the fresh summer air. Anyways, it was around 9:30 p.m. By this time, everyone in the neighborhood has settled in their homes for the night, leaving the street devoid of any signs of activity. On my way home, I had that cliche feeling that I was being watched. I constantly looked around me to see if I was being followed, but luckily there were no signs of life. Or, that's what I thought. I was just a 3-minute walking distance from my house when I reached an intersection. Just as I was about to cross, a fully grown man who clearly looked to be somewhere in his 40s came out from behind a light pole without any warning and scared the living daylights out of me. I immediately noticed that half of his face was obscured since he had the hood over him, blocking his eyes, but it looked like he could still see. He was wearing a hoodie and baggy pants, even though it was something like 80 degrees Fahrenheit outside, or 27 degrees Celsius.
"Hi there, young lady,"
said the man in his raspy voice.
"That's a really nice outfit you got there. And pretty gorgeous jewelry, too."
His breath was reeked of cigarettes. To be honest, what I was wearing wasn't really that fancy at all. Just to give you a description, I was wearing a sleeveless plain white tank top, dark blue jeans, the ones that extend to the ankles, and red Adidas shoes. I always had a thing for tank tops. Oh well, we have different tastes in clothes, right? However, when he said I had nice jewelry, I was taken aback. I clearly wasn't wearing any jewelry. No ring, no necklace, no watch, nothing. He then went on saying how attractive I was, while awkwardly running his hand down one of my shoulders. I had shoulder-length brunette hair, and I was a slim person, attracting many men, usually around my age. But this guy was clearly about 30 years older than me. I tried to talk myself out of the conversation with this sketchy guy, go home and try to figure out all about this, but he prevented that from happening. He forcefully offered to escort me home, but I declined multiple times. I was too smart to fall for something like that. But he wasn't about to give up. He then asked me if I was married, and I lied to him, saying yes. Even though I can tell he was starting to lose his cool just by the change of tone in his voice. Most likely as a desperate last-ditch effort to probably win me over, he cut right to the chase and straight up asked me if I wanted to go out on a date with him, and flashed this really hideous and creepy grin. Honestly, I still cringe to this day, and feel like hitting something in anger just thinking about it. I just about had enough with this guy. I told him in his face that I am not interested and turned to leave. But he grabbed me by my shoulder and tried dragging me away to only God knows where. During the struggle, I saw a white van with the windows tinted and license plate suspiciously covered by duct tape. I could only assume that was where he was trying to take me. Quite honestly, I thought those were the final moments of my life right then and right there. I tried so hard not to cry as I was practically on the verge of tears. But that's when I remembered I took karate classes a few years back and I still remember a few moves I learned. So I used this as an advantage for the first time and kicked him as hard as I could on his shin. Believe it or not, it worked. He screamed in agony, yelling in pain, cursing and stumbling backwards to the ground while clutching his shin. But not before letting go of me. Before I could get out of there, he tried getting me one last time by grabbing on to my tank top straps. But I easily took his hand off of it, since he was heavily weakened by my kick. I booked it out of there, took a slight detour route to my house to fool the man if he was following me, and I never dared to look back behind me the whole way. When I got home, I didn't call the cops for some reason, nor did I tell anyone else about it, not even my own family, probably because I was still traumatized by what happened. It all happened so quickly. I was also shocked that something like this would happen in my area. The city I lived in wasn't well known for sick and disgusting crimes like these. And everyone in my neighborhood were all extremely friendly. Nowadays, I regret not telling anyone about the incident. Because now, there's still a crazy psychopath out there looking for his next victim. Or even worse, trying to look for me again. From then on, whenever I walked somewhere, I always made sure I had someone with me. Never did I walk alone again, especially at night.